I had an idea. The idea was for my dad and me to travel to the trout fishing capital of Georgia. Not to fish, but to take a train ride, to eat all kinds of good food, to stand in 2 states at one time, and stay in a hotel where the actual view from our window was this good. That was the idea.
And that was a good idea.
So stay tuned to take a journey with us on the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad. Up next on Joyful Trails. So what did you think about that view? That was the actual view from our hotel window.
Well, we happened to be in the nicest hotel in the whole community. It was beautiful, gorgeous.
Of course, we took advantage of the Continental breakfast. I noticed. Now, you like to do that thing where you get biscuits and you open your biscuits up and pour gravy on top.
Oh, I love it. That is so good.
But yeah, comfortable surroundings, nice hotel, large breakfast area, a lot of people there to take advantage of it. You know what? Well, I'm being rude. Where are my manners? I've not introduced you yet to people who might be new to the channel. Now, I know that a lot of people who watch Joyful Trails, they are aware of who you are. But for people who are maybe brand new to the channel, this is my dad. He's 88 years old. He's so old that when he was a kid, Santa Claus still had dark hair. So we're coming to you this time from the Joyful Trails honorary remote studio on Greenville's east side. So thanks for letting me come over and do the video here today.
Well, it's always my privilege.
So this is Blue Ridge, Georgia. She has a full-time population of 1,253 folks, covers 2.68 square miles, and she's the county seat of Fannin County. The town of Blue Ridge was laid out in 1886.
Ooh, long time ago.
When the Marietta and North Georgia Railroad came to town. Blue Ridge was incorporated in 1887. The area has at various times had its economy driven by copper, cotton, and lumber. Today, tourism is a major industry, as this is, of course, the home of the Blue Ridge Scenic Railway, a restored railroad that originated in Marietta, Georgia, runs through Blue Ridge into Tennessee. And today, the Blue Ridge Scenic Railway runs seasonally from April through December, cutting through some really pretty North Georgia scenery. So while in Blue Ridge, we also noticed another thing that draws tourists to the area, something called a rail bike.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
People can just pedal their way for, I think it's about 11 miles.
Oh, that's long enough.
Yeah, I thought that you and I should do that, but you weren't so sure.
No, and I'm still not sure.
Turns out I talked to some folks who did take that little ride, and they said that the secret is that there is an electric assist. It's not all pedal power.
Oh, okay. So, then, had I known that, I may have given it more consideration.
Yeah, but then if the wind were to mess your hair up, then that would be...
I wouldn't like that.
That would be a major catastrophe.
Yes.
Blue Ridge, Georgia is home to one of the few drive-ins in North Georgia still operating, the Swan Drive-In Theater. By the way, the Scenic Railway operates out of the town's historic 100-year-old railroad depot. Now, you weren't there when the depot was built, were you?
Not quite.
You know what?
What?
Enough about drive-in theaters and trout fishing. We've got a train to ride.
Yes.
The Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Let's go.
on the summer night, a shot of love and a spark of love to breathe. Stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. Brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, baby, you know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now nothing is this rush of life, you'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe, so take your seat. All right. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Yeah, come on, let's ride this train. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Oh, come on, let's ride this train. Let's ride this train now.
Stick around for another little segment that we like to call Responding to Comments. And we like to
Yes.
call it that because that's the name of the segment. And that's going to come up a little later on
Okay.
this edition of Joyful Trails. But what did you think about this train ride, the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad?
Whenever I give an impression on a train ride, I automatically compare it to other train rides that we have shared together. And this one was different in that the scenic part, though beautiful and natural, was not just overwhelming like some of them have been. However, I think that one of the most enjoyable parts of this train ride were the couple that sat over in front of us. They made it fun to be on that train.
Okay, so getting to meet the other passengers and sort of
Yes.
socialize and fraternize a little bit.
Yes, I always enjoy that.
Yes, you do.
I haven't met anybody that I can't talk to.
So my memory, my recollection is that they were not yet officially engaged, but
Well, really?
no, she didn't have a ring on. They had not. He had not actually asked the question, but they were headed that way, and they both. It was kind of like one of those kind of wink and a nod where, yeah, we're getting married. We just haven't made it official yet. So knowing that, and that they're kind of headed towards that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, how long were you and Mom married?
How long were we what?
How long were you married?
We were married 58 years.
So having been married 58 years before Mom went home,
Yes.
what kind of marital advice, what marriage advice would you give to a young couple such as the one sitting in front of us for a long and happy life?
Well, there are three things that come to mind. One is put Jesus number one.
Okay.
Okay. I know that's a religious thing, and everybody has their own opinion, but to me, putting Jesus number one was very important and began when I was an elementary child and has continued to the present day. All right, number two, keep a positive attitude. I think having a positive attitude in spite of all the ups and downs and in and out of life, keep a positive attitude.
So when he drops his dirty socks and underwear on the floor, and when she makes you late for everywhere you want to go, keep a positive attitude, okay?
Absolutely. And when you got caught up in mischievous things like I would have a tendency to do, just love your mate anyway. Just love him anyway.
And number three,
I don't remember. Is there a number three? There's got to be a number three.
that's great. And number three, I can't remember number three. We'll let you slide. You're 88. We'll cut you some slack on that. So we were in car 105. It was originally a sleeper car built by Pullman for the New York Central Railway in 1948. So you are older than that train car by just a little bit.
Yeah, about 12 years maybe.
So in 1959, it was sold to the Canadian National Railroad, and they rebuilt it in 1977. It was retired from service in 1992, but the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad acquired it in 2004 and upgraded it to premium class service in 2015. So those are the tickets that we purchased, the premium class service. So
Tell me about it.
they brought us drinks and snacks, like whatever we wanted.
Yeah,
We got a free photo.
sure did.
They came and took our picture.
Yes.
Got a free picture. Got a pin, a nice little pin, like a lapel pin.
Yeah, right. I love that.
Yeah. And we were riding in air-conditioned comfort, unlike some of the folks that chose the cars that were just kind of out of the open air, which those can be fun too.
Yeah.
I think usually given a choice, you will choose the inside car because you don't want the wind to mess up your hair.
I really don't enjoy that.
So while walking around Blue Ridge, Georgia, I found a place called the Sweet Shoppe of the South, and this was an award-winning dessert place. They had been on Cupcake Wars on the Food Network, and they were a winner of Cupcake Wars.
Sugar, sugar, sugar.
So we had to sample some of the cupcakes. I think you only had one. Lord forgive me, but I had three.
What about the sweet roll?
The cinnamon rolls,
The
yes.
cinnamon roll covered with all of the most
Yeah.
frosting I have ever seen
It was-
on a cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon rolls the size of a small house, and
Yes.
we saved those for breakfast one morning.
Ooh.
Absolutely enjoyed that, and I even got some banana pudding to take home and enjoy later. Okay, first of all, it's always fun just to ride a train.
Yes, it is.
It's nostalgic. It kind of just satisfies a yearning for things from days gone by. But I didn't see anything along the train path. I'm just going to be honest. I didn't see anything that I couldn't have seen just riding a car on the street.
Particularly in our part of the country.
Right.
Yes.
But now what does make it special, I think, were the towns of Blue Ridge and the towns that this train traveled to, McCaysville and Copper Hill.
Yes.
That was good. The stopover, the layover, if you will,
Yes.
at the state line, that was good.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Straddling the state line.
So the train traveled to McCaysville, Georgia, and Copper Hill, Tennessee. Two towns that are literally slam up next to each other. In fact, the city limits touch. And the unique thing is that you can stand in two states at once. There is a state line that is painted. It's a blue line that is painted and runs right through town, goes through some buildings. There are some places of business that half of it is in blue, half of it is in Tennessee, and half in Georgia.
Yeah.
And they say that where the address belongs is dependent on where the front door is.
That's what I heard, yes.
But you got to, and in fact, I took a picture of you standing literally with 1 foot in Tennessee, 1 foot in Georgia. But now, the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So,
Except when you're in two states. Now, there's an exception.
okay, all right. There's an old saying, hey, I can't be in two places at one time. Well, actually,
yes, you can.
as it turns out, you can.
Yes.
McCaysville was founded in 1904 and was the site of mining operations. McCaysville's population is 1,149. It sits on 1.54 square miles, and it's nicknamed the State Line City. The Toccoa River runs right through town. Copper Hill is in Polk County, Tennessee, and has a population of just 443 folks. Sits on 1.8 square miles. Copper Hill was the site of a major copper mining operation from the 1840s to 1987. Together, McCaysville, Georgia, and Copper Hill, Tennessee form what is called the Copper Basin. Folks around these parts like to say that the Copper Basin is just too great for one state.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a little corny, but
Yeah.
it's okay. So what were your impressions of McCaysville and Copper Hill, our stopover on the train ride?
The ice cream was delicious.
Ah, you're talking about the Happy Bear Ice Cream Shop. That was your idea.
Just wonderful.
It's nice that it was a Riverside ice cream shop. We got to enjoy our ice cream while we watched the ducks swim past in the Toccoa River.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Stick around for our exclusive star rating coming up at the end of the video. But first, responding to comments.
Responding to comments.
The last train ride video that we did, the Hiwassee Loop that left out of Delano, Tennessee, I got a lot of really nice comments from folks. People talking about how much they enjoy seeing you on the video and wishing you a happy birthday and all that sort of thing.
Thank you.
A lot of very nice comments, but I want to mention one in particular to you.
Okay.
Jane Muir 3546 said, "Happy birthday, Mr. Bachman. I pray I'm as active at 88 as you are.
Oh,
Other than Jesus, what's your secret?"
my secret has gone to heaven. She was everything to me and made me behave. In some ways, your mother was like my mother, but I didn't mind being babied a bit.
You were what they used to call a kept man.
A who?
A kept man. She took care of you. She
took care of your dad.
She took it. And you know what? I don't want to get too serious because I'm almost never too serious.
Well, I'm not much in that category either.
But I recently had the chance to run camera for an interview with a guy who's 100.
Yes.
And he had a similar story as yours. He said, my wife, he took care of her for the last 10 years of her life. She had dementia. And he said, I didn't want to put her away in a home.
Mm-hmm.
He said, it was my honor to take care of her because she had always taken care of me throughout.
Could I interrupt you and say that I took care of your mother for 8 years?
Yes.
She was wheelchair bound for 8 years, but I didn't mind taking care of her, not one bit, because she had always took care of me.
And me, and my brothers,
Yep.
and everybody in our churches,
Yes.
and everybody that she came into contact with. But no, especially us, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he said that, I thought about you, because you've and we don't get into too much on this channel, but you've done a lot of things and seen a lot of people and been to lots of places and had worn a lot of different hats. But and I had no idea we were going to get into this on this video, but that is probably, you, like with the people on the train, you tell them about different things you've done and places you've been. I was going to say that role that you played in the last few years of my mom's life, as well as the years that you spent introducing people into the kingdom of God and training leaders in the church, I think those are the most important things to me.
Yeah.
And because she was my mother, I guess that one comes in first. That ranks first for me. So before I get your star rating for the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad, we had to try some local food. So we found a place called Sue's. I think it was Sue's Burgers. Remember Sue's?
It was a family-operated burger joint. Woo! I have never had a hamburger like that hamburger. That was some hamburger.
This has been a recurring theme on this video for some reason, but I mean, a restaurant with scripture verses on the table and a picture of Jesus up on the wall, I mean, how can you go wrong?
You can't. Not in that one, you can't.
All right, we got to get out of here. What's your star rating? What do you, 1 to 5, what do you give the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad?
3 stars.
3 stars for the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad in Blue Ridge, Georgia.